Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, streaming January 25th, only on Netflix.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Central Texas Events. It is a joy for me to welcome Margaret Ferguson to our podcast. And Margaret and I have been knowing each other for more than 30 years.
Yes, we
worked
have.
together at WACO. And I've been doing a little reminiscing about those days. You were a caterer, you are an author, and you were on this podcast or a similar one, Central Texas Living, I think at the time, to talk about your writing. But you've been very involved as a volunteer with the Rotary Club.
Yes, I have. 20 years.
At a long time, and served in a lot of roles. You're immediate past president of the Sunrise Rotary Club,
Yes.
and you're still serving as assistant district assistant governor. Get that?
Yes.
It's a 2-year term, so you got another year.
It's usually a 1-year term, but they've asked me, so this is going to be my 3rd year next year.
Yeah.
So I'm in my
You
second
got
year.
in touch with me about an issue that has been on the heart of the Rotary Club as an organization for more than 3 decades, and that's polio. And I was so surprised really to see that, because I thought, when I was a kid, we went to the school and got that sugar cube, thanks to Dr. Jonas Salk, and thought that was it.
Yep.
That it was done.
Nope.
That's not the case.
It's not the case.
So tell me, what has the Rotary Club been doing in this length of time?
Well, so in 1979, it started as a small project by a club in the Philippines.
Okay.
And they did just a vaccination program through the countries, through the islands, and they were able to vaccinate several million children.
Wow.
And then Rotary as a whole kind of started taking notice, and so other clubs started participating annually about the same time. And it became a big project, say in 1979, where clubs all over the world were doing it. However, Rotary as a whole didn't take it on until 1983.
Okay.
And then as a whole, Rotary basically initiated this mass campaign and a goal to eradicate polio worldwide. And of course, they had hoped that it would be way sooner than now, but we are down to 2 countries now in the entire world, Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Really? It seems
still
like
have
you
cases.
kind of tricky countries to get into. and
They
do this.
are, and it actually, because of so many remote areas that are out there, it's not just reaching the cities, but you're talking about getting up into the mountains and down into the valleys with a lot of the nomadic people. And so it's been very difficult, plus a lot of, with all the wars that have been going on over there, you have people that are moving, a lot of refugees. And so you are kind of following the populations to make sure that as they move, they're not, that if there's any infections within the populations, that they don't move with them.
So this is an awareness campaign.
Yes.
Obviously, to just let people know this is still an issue for people around the world.
It is.
How I know through October and November, Rotary is kind of earmarking these months.
Yes.
As an
polio awareness.
Polio awareness, yeah.
Polio awareness. Last Tuesday, so the 24th, was polio World Polio Day, where basically they have programs all day to try to educate the world about polio and the fact that even though it's only in those two countries, how easily, and as we found out last year when a case was found in New York, that it's literally polio is a plane ride away. And that if we stop vaccinating children, that easily within 10 years, hundreds of thousands of cases and deaths will be upon us again.
Yeah, I remember my mother telling me, at the time when my older brother, he fell ill with some, and they were totally freaking out, thinking that, he could have polio. And then the vaccine came, and it was just the biggest relief to people everywhere.
It was.
Yeah, the iron lungs that people were in, the whole thing, you can read about this historically, but to realize it's still out there.
It's still out there. And literally, we are vaccinating millions of children every single year all over the world under the age of 5. You only have to vaccinate one time, and now it's no longer a sugar cube. It's just 2 drops of polio that costs, a few cents. But those few cents are saving hundreds of thousands of lives because you are, once you have been vaccinated, you will not get polio. And, or I say that, there's a rare case where you'll have the vaccine induced, but it's very, very rare that happens.
But it's not an immunity that you can pass on to your children. In other words, each generation has got to be.
Each generation has got to be vaccinated. And we still are. All of our children here in the United States are still vaccinated.
Yeah, the DPT.
And people don't talk about it because they hear DPT and many times they don't even realize that that polio is included in there.
Yes, right. Right. Well, it's a remarkable project. I'm so glad you let me know about this. What can people do to help at this point?
Well, we have what we have is In Polio Now, a Polio Plus campaign, and basically anybody can donate through Rotary International. They can go to the Polio Plus link on there, and they can make a donation. And any donation that's made through Rotary, any dollar, for every single dollar donated through Rotary, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation matches it with 2. And they started partnering with us, I think, about 10 years after we got all this started. And so that has been a huge boost in the monies that have gone in to help continue to vaccinate these people all over the world.
Yeah, what an amazing project. I mean, I know it's got to make you feel good to be a part of this.
It does. But one of the things that's important about ending polio, we have a Polio Plus campaign. So Polio Plus means that we're not only vaccinating against polio, but we're also assisting, say, polio survivors that are still in other countries to not only help them with education, but to help them with resources that they need to be able to survive and have their own businesses. So the campaign that we have goes beyond just eradicating polio. It goes to assist those people that have fallen ill to those diseases to that disease because up until I believe 2020, Nigeria was still on the radar, and every country has to be have no polio cases for 3 years before they're considered polio free.
Taken off the list.
Taken off the
list. And now
listing.
just the 2, Afghanistan.
And now just Afghanistan and Pakistan. And this year alone, I believe that Afghanistan has had 6 cases and Pakistan has had 3. And that's awesome. But last year it was about the same. And so until we eradicate and make sure there's no more of those cases.
And these are new cases.
These are new cases.
Okay.
These are brand new cases.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit in the time we have remaining about Rotary, about the Sunrise group. This is, how long have you been involved with
I've been
Rotary?
involved with Rotary for 20 years.
Yeah.
I got involved when I was catering. I used to just drop off my catering out there and leave. And then as the times were, it was just an hour that they would meet, I started staying and I was listening to what they were talking about. And I have a very service-minded heart.
Yeah,
and
you
I
do.
was hearing about all the things that Rotary was doing, not just in the community, but around the world. And I wanted to be a part of it. So,
Now, this is, you say this is located in Robinson? I
yeah,
know you're.
well, actually, this is in Waco.
Is it
This
in
is
Waco?
we meet at Central Presbyterian Church in Woodway.
Okay.
But as an assistant district governor, I'm over the 3 of the clubs that are in Waco, and then the one in McGregor, and then the one in Clifton as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask
So
you
they're
about
all
how
over.
many different groups there that meet at different times, so it's
We
more
have
convenient for folks.
so
I know downtown. Is it
yeah,
downtown Waco
yeah,
Rotary?
they call it downtown
it?
Waco Rotary. They meet
Yeah.
at Lee Lockwood Library now.
Right. Oh,
And
okay.
they meet on the second and fourth Mondays at noon. We
Okay.
meet on Tuesdays at 7 a.m., the 1st and 3rd and 5th. And then Lake Brazos, which we call the fun club, because every time I go, we always have wine and hors d'oeuvres. So it's a very fun club.
Okay. All right.
But they
so
meet
that's an
they meet on
evening.
Wednesdays. Wednesday
Okay.
evenings. Yes.
Well, and is it the kind of thing where if you're a member of one club, you could visit the other ones and sign in, or
yes,
not? Okay.
Yes. I mean, before I was an assistant district governor, I would go visit the other ones. Plus, when I'm on my cruise next week, I'll be visiting the Cozumel Club.
Wow.
Yes, because we did a project with Cozumel, and so I'm going to go visit
It's
that
like
club.
an automatic group of friends.
It is.
You know.
It is.
And what a great way, if you're new in a community, to get plugged in.
It is. It's a great way to meet new people,
Yeah.
and to get plugged in with not just business leaders, but just individuals in the community.
Yeah. Well, I think you had me, or if you invited me, I sang the national
Yes,
anthem.
you
I think
did.
it was a big conflab.
Yes, it was.
That was so much fun, and
It was
I
an
just
honor
wish
to
I
have
had
you.
a lot more time to be involved in all of these wonderful
I know.
organizations. But I appreciate so much the time and effort that you have devoted to Rotary International, I guess you call it.
Yeah, Rotary International.
Here in the heart of Texas,
Yeah.
in Central Texas. And again, tell them how, if they'd like to get involved in the Sunrise Rotary Club.
Okay. If you would be interested in getting involved with the Sunrise Rotary Club, come join us some Tuesday morning at Central Presbyterian Church in Woodway. And just come on in, and we'll feed you breakfast and hang out with you and share a cup of coffee. And you can hear some great speakers and learn about all the great projects that we have going on throughout the year.
Well, it's awesome. And Margaret, you just are an inspiration to me for all
Thank you.
that you do. And I love seeing with you and having a chance to
Well,
catch up.
It's been a pleasure.
Again with you. So again, this is for polio awareness. What the name
Yes.
of the push is again?
It's called Polio Plus.
Polio
and,
Plus.
We go with the hashtag in polio now. But Polio Plus, if you go onto the Rotary International website, and it'll be easy to find. Just click on the tab that says Polio Plus, and you can go down and you can pick how you want to donate. And just remember, for every $1 you donate, it is matched by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation 2-1.
Wow. All right, you've got to come back next year, and you're going to tell me
I will.
no countries on the list.
That's my goal. That's my plan.
Thank you so much.
Well,
and thank
thank you
you for
so
being
much.
with us for
Well, I
Central Texas
appreciate it.
Events. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.